You look like a fading photograph, beautiful, but slipping through time's fingers. Your silence is a storm no one dares to witness. I see the invisible scars you bury deep beneath your smile. You carry grief that speaks louder than any voice. You look very unspoken, like a secret too heavy to share. Your heart is a battlefield, bruised but undefeated. There's a quiet desperation in the way you disappear into yourself. You walk on the edge of who you were and who you fear to be. Your eyes hold stories written in tears no one saw. You wear your solitude like a fragile crown, heavy yet worn with grace. I notice the fractures behind your laughter, delicate and breaking. You look like a poem left unread, aching for attention. Your soul hums with a melancholy melody only silence knows. You carry the weight of worlds no one else can bear. You look very undone, but fire still burns quietly inside. There's a sacred ache in your stillness, an unspoken longing. Your heart hides 1,000 battles, silent and unseen. I see the spaces where your light struggles to breathe. You walk as if haunted by memories no one else remembers. You look like a whisper lost in a sea of noise. Your silence screams louder than any shout ever could. You wear your pain like a veil, transparent but impenetrable. I notice the ghosts of yourself lurking beneath your skin. You carry secrets that weigh heavier than any burden. You look very unfamiliar, like a stranger in your own skin. Your eyes reflect a horizon clouded with unseen storms. There's a quiet unraveling happening beneath your calm exterior. You walk with shadows only you can see. Your heart beats a rhythm lost to time and pain. I see the cracks where your soul bleeds in silence. You look like a shattered mirror, fragmented, yet whole in pieces. Your silence holds the weight of unshed tears. You wear loneliness like armor, shielding a fragile core. I notice the fading light in your gaze, soft yet persistent. You carry the echo of every word left unspoken. You look very undone, raw, and dangerously close to breaking. Your heart whispers secrets that only darkness understands. There's a sacred fire smoldering beneath your quiet pain. You walk a lonely path few dare to follow. Your eyes tell stories of love lost and never found. I see the invisible battles fought behind your tired smile. You look like a fading star struggling to shore. Your silence is a heavy cloak you refuse to shed. You wear your wounds with quiet dignity and fierce grace. There's a sacred sadness etched deep into your soul. You carry the weight of forgotten promises and faded dreams. You look very unmade, like a sculpture waiting to be reborn. Your heart beats in code only the broken can decipher. I notice the invisible chains that bind your spirit. You walk as if carrying the world on your shoulders. Your eyes hold the shadows of countless silent goodbyes. You wear solitude like a second skin, unseen but unyielding. You look like a story paused in the middle of a sentence. Your silence is a wound screaming for healing light. I see the cracks where your light seeps through the darkness. You carry the pain of every love that slipped away. You look very undone, tender, raw, and fiercely alive. Your heart hides a storm only the brave dare to face. There's a quiet breaking inside you, beautiful and tragic. You walk with ghosts of who you were and who you fear to become. Your eyes speak in riddles no one dares to solve. You wear your scars like poems etched into your flesh. I notice the fading glow of your once bright spirit. You look like a shadow chasing a light long lost. Your silence carries the weight of 1,000 unheard cries. You carry the ache of unspoken goodbyes in your gaze. You look very unfamiliar, like a soul caught between worlds. Your heart beats with the rhythm of forgotten dreams. I see the invisible wounds hidden beneath your calm facade. You walk as if balancing on the edge of breaking. Your eyes hold the secrets of endless nights and quiet tears. You wear loneliness like a crown forged in silence. You look like a poem half remembered, haunting and incomplete. Your silence is a language only broken hearts understand. I notice the cracks where your soul bleeds quietly. You carry the weight of every unshared truth. There's a sacred crack where your pain lets in light. You walk on broken glass, trying not to bleed. You look like a melody sung in a language forgotten. Your eyes hold the secrets of endless nights and quiet tears. I notice the fading glow behind your guarded gaze. You wear loneliness like a crown forged in silence. There's a quiet unraveling happening inside you, slow and inevitable. You look very undone, but still fiercely alive beneath it all. Your heart carries stories no one ever asked to hear. You walk as if holding 1,000 invisible wounds. If this touched your soul, don't scroll, like, comment your favorite quote, and subscribe for more. You wear your distance like a wound, raw and bleeding in plain sight. There's a quiet fracture behind your smile, splintering slowly. You look like you've been rewritten by sorrow's cruel hand. The light inside you dims, but still refuses to vanish completely. You carry silent storms that drown your once radiant soul. Your eyes hide a maze I fear to get lost within. You walk between worlds, neither here nor where you belong. I see the shattered pieces of you, trying to shine through. You look like you've forgotten how to belong to yourself. Your pain hums in the spaces between your words. You wear your unspoken truths like chains wrapped tight. There's a loneliness in you that not even love can reach. You look very undone, tender, raw, and dangerously close to breaking. Your heart whispers secrets the world isn't ready to hear. I notice the weight you carry, unseen but heavy as lead. Your silence is an ocean where I drown without knowing why. You walk with shadows clinging to your bones. You look like a story that lost its ending somewhere along the way. There's a sacred ache beneath your calm surface, fragile yet fierce. You wear your scars like invisible crowns no one else sees. Your eyes speak of battles no one dared to fight with you. I see the hidden cracks where your soul bleeds quietly. You look very unrecognizable, as if you're a stranger to yourself. Your heart beats in code only broken souls understand. You carry the weight of all the words you never said. There's a stillness inside you that trembles beneath the surface. You look like a flame struggling to survive the cold wind. Your silence holds more truth than any spoken word. I notice the way your light flickers, fragile, fighting to stay alive. You walk as if carrying a secret too heavy to share. You look very undone, like a melody missing its final note. There's a hidden fire in your quiet, burning with sacred rage. Your eyes are galaxies collapsing into themselves. You wear loneliness like a second skin, impossible to remove. I see the invisible wars waged behind your tired smile. You look like you've been swallowed by shadows you can't escape. Your heart hides behind walls built from silent pain. There's a fracture in you that no one is brave enough to name. You walk with ghosts of who you were and who you fear to become. You look very unmade, raw edges bleeding truth. Your silence is a wound screaming for healing. I notice the cracks where your spirit bends but never breaks. You carry storms no one else can weather but you. You look like a secret buried deep beneath forgotten memories. There's a sacred sadness etched in every line of your face. Your heart beats with the rhythm of unspoken goodbyes. You wear your pain like invisible armor, strong yet fragile. I see the spaces where your light once shone brighter. You look very unfamiliar, like a soul caught between worlds. Your silence hides a symphony of unheard sorrows. You carry the weight of every unshared truth. There's a sacred crack where your pain lets in light. You walk on broken glass, trying not to bleed. You look like a poem half remembered, beautiful and incomplete. Your eyes hold the secrets of endless nights and quiet tears. I notice the fading glow behind your guarded gaze. You wear loneliness like a crown, forged in silence. There's a quiet unraveling happening inside you, slow and inevitable. You look very undone, but still fiercely alive beneath it all. Your heart carries stories no one ever asked to hear. You walk as if holding 1,000 invisible wounds. I see the unspoken battles fought in the depths of your soul. You look like a shadow chasing a light that won't return. Your silence is a language only broken hearts understand. You carry the weight of forgotten dreams and lost promises. There's a sacred ache woven into your every breath. You wear your scars like poems written on your skin. I notice the fading echo of your once bright laughter. You look very unrecognizable, like a stranger in your own story. Your heart beats in a rhythm only loneliness can hear. You carry a distance no one can cross but you. There's a quiet fire burning in your stillness, fierce and raw. You walk with the ghosts of love lost and hope faded. You look like a melody sung in a language forgotten. Your silence holds the weight of every unsaid word. I see the cracks where your soul bleeds quietly. You wear pain like a sacred ritual, hidden yet powerful. There's a sacred space inside you where light still lingers. You look very undone, but I see strength in your breaking. Your heart carries the echoes of every goodbye you never said. My dear, I have noticed something about you. These days, you look very unfamiliar. Your eyes hide storms I never learned to read. You wear silence like a stranger's coat. Too heavy, too cold. Something in your smile has folded away, like pages torn from a sacred book. I trace the cracks in your soul. Each one tells a story I feared to hear. The light in you flickers, like a candle fighting wind. You walk with shadows where your laughter once lived. Your touch feels distant, as if your heart travels through uncharted galaxies. There's a quiet breaking inside you I cannot fix, only witness. You look very lost, like a poem with missing lines. I see the weight you carry, the invisible scars no one dares to ask about. Your presence hums with secrets too heavy for words. I wonder if you even recognize the reflection you pass in the mirror. You are a fading star, still burning but slipping beyond reach. Your gaze is an echo reverberating from a place no one visits anymore. You look very unspoken, like a story paused mid-breath. Beneath your skin, something fractures quietly, reshaping who you are. I notice the way you shrink into yourself, as if the world became too sharp. You wear your pain like a second skin, impossible to peel away. Your eyes hold a distance that not even time can close. Something about you speaks in shadows, not light. You look very undone, as if pieces are scattered in the wind. There's a silent scream trapped behind your lips. I hear it in your silence. Your heart has learned a language I'm afraid to speak. I see you, slipping into places you won't let me follow. The color drained from your laughter. Only echoes remain. You look like someone who lost their way in their own reflection. There's a war inside you, fought behind closed eyes. You wear the aftermath of invisible battles, bruises no one can heal. Your soul feels distant like a whisper lost in a crowded room. You look very unmade, like a sculpture shattered and waiting to be whole. I notice the cracks you try to hide beneath your skin. Your silence is loud with all you cannot say. Something about you is breaking open, whether you want it or not. Your gaze no longer meets mine. It searches for something else entirely. You look like a story rewritten by pain and forgetting. There's a sacred ache in your stillness, a prayer without words. You are unraveling quietly, threads pulled tight, soon to snap. I see a ghost in your eyes, the person you used to be fading away. You look very undone, raw edges and all. Your heart beats in code only loneliness understands. There's a fracture in you, glowing like a hidden wound. You carry distance, as if you are already somewhere else. Your face tells stories you won't dare to speak aloud. Something about you feels lost to a past I never saw. You look like you've been erased and rewritten in silence. I hear the quiet collapse in your every breath. You wear your scars like invisible armor, unseen but unbreakable. There's a heaviness in your eyes that words betray. You look very unlike yourself, a faded map with no directions. You hold secrets that have turned your light to shadow. Your absence is a presence too loud to ignore. I see the battle scars no one was brave enough to ask about. Something about you feels broken, but beautifully alive in the breaking. You look like a hymn half-remembered, haunting, and incomplete. Your silence is a language I'm still learning to translate. You carry the weight of worlds no one else can see. You look very unrecognizable, as if swallowed by storms inside. I notice the invisible wars waged behind your quiet eyes. Your heart has folded into places I cannot reach. There's a sacred crack in your soul where light still pours in. You walk with ghosts who you once were, and who you must become. You look very undone, but I see strength in your unraveling. Your face holds the quiet truth of forgotten battles. Something in you trembles with a pain too sacred to share. I see the unseen breaking inside you, tender and raw. You wear your wounds like secret prayers whispered in the dark. You look like a poem lost between silence and song. Your eyes speak in riddles no one wants to solve. You look very unmade, and I ache to gather your scattered pieces. You carry the weight of unspoken goodbyes in your gaze. Your silence screams louder than any words ever could. I see you folding away, a story unfinished and aching. Something about you feels like a universe collapsing quietly inside. You look like a secret no one else has the courage to hold. Your heart beats in a rhythm only loneliness understands deeply. You look very unfamiliar, like someone waiting to be reborn from ashes.